Hello and welcome back to another part of Let's Play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. In the last episode, we were discussing my opinion on books that are banned. And honestly, like I said, there's a few books that, if they make you uncomfortable, they're doing their part. And do I 100% agree that we need to just be completely offensive about everything? No, I don't believe that. But, history lessons are important. And if I'm wrong for that, then I'm wrong for that. But you know what? I can accept that. I can accept that I may be the minority opinion right here. Now, if I can tell you, there was one book I remember reading. There's this... We had this book where now, talking about a book that should have been banned. This one just is ridiculous. Before we go any further with this, I'm a very avid reader. I have no qualms with reading books. If anything, when I was in school, if I was in trouble in class, it was mainly for reading a book during class, and I'd be the one kid they'd have to tell, okay, stop reading. Right, so we got the stone mask here. No, not there. Does that do anything? Changes our intelligence a little bit, so we're gonna put that on. Okay, so we can push past that, and boom, what do we have here? Topaz Circlet and a Holy Rod. Okay. Now, we're actually going to use the Holy Rod coming up, and... Does that do anything? No. Okay, so I'm not going to change from that. But we will use the Holy Rod, because the next enemy we do have to fight is, well, it's weak to this, so I'm definitely going to use that. But no, I'm definitely an avid reader. I never had any problems with reading. In fact, I think they had a problem with the fact that I read too much as a kid, which, I mean, what teacher's going to sit there and complain, oh my god, you're reading during class? But I remember I was always in trouble for that, and now that I'm a teacher myself, I've had to stop a couple of kids like, hey, you gotta pick the book up while I'm teaching, and then after I sat down, I'm like, oh, this is what it was like when I was in school. So we're gonna use the Holy Rod to beat the Lesser Demon. Now, he's gonna eventually summon a couple of things, but Holy Rod makes this fight just way too easy. I did actually make it to this fight a lot earlier in the game at one point, and the Lesser Demon completely destroyed me then, but this was also not meant for a lesser level fight. Oh no, we're keeping the Holy Water. And like the Holy Rod is a really good, so we're gonna do our mist through here, and we're gonna pick up Soul of Bat, which kind of like... Oh, we can turn into a bat mash. Which is going to be important for when we keep moving on in this game, because there are places that you have to fly to. So now that we have the Soul of the Bat, we pretty much have free reign to go anywhere we want, which is great. But I am going to switch back from the Holy Rod to my Broadsword and Shield Rod. Extremely extra effective with shield. I'm good. But anyway, I was talking about a book when I was in school. So they made us read this book when I was in high school, and I don't remember the name of it, but I just remember it was such an awful book, like really awful book. And I think the name of the book, I remember the name of the book. There's a book called Cold Sassy Tree, and I remember this was the one book that I just said, I ain't reading. And I'm the kid that got in trouble for reading too much in class, and here's me like, I ain't reading it. So if the guy that likes reading is saying, I'm not touching this, that should have been an indicator that, okay, maybe we shouldn't read this book. And I did try, and I got like 9 pages in before I said, I can't. Just absolutely, what in the Alabama family reunion am I reading? Because the story started with a family who was all in mourning because their beloved grandmother passed away. And then Grandpa shows up and he's like, hey, I have a new woman 3 weeks later, and she is half my age. And everyone was like, what? Grandpa, you're like 70 and she's in her third, and she's like in her 20s and 30s. He's like, I don't care. And I probably should have liked it and all this stuff, but the main character, from his point of view, he fell in love with his grandpa's new wife, and he started fantasizing about it. It was weird. It was a really weird book, like just full of awkward moment after awkward moment. And I just remember reading through this. I'm like, I can't. I absolutely cannot. I'm trying. I really am. But I can't. And I remember my teacher, he really did not like that I didn't read the book. And I ended up just lying and saying, nah, I'm reading it. I'm just going back to look at other parts. You know? But in reality, everybody was finishing the book and sucking it up. And they're like, all right, we're going to read this even though it sucks. But I was under the impression, no, I am not reading this book at all. And I stayed true to my word, and then it really came, and I tried to read the whole book in one night because it was all due, and we had to do a paper on it. We had to write a report on the book and all, but the thing was, it's kind of hard to write a report on a book that you didn't read, and I picked an easy topic for a book. And it was one that I was just able to completely just BS my way through it. And I ended up just getting an A on the report. And I'm like, there's no way this worked that well. There's... Hello. I see you. Alright, we're going to stop messing with him. So we've done everything we need in the long library. We've done everything. Now there are some, like I said, there are a few parts in the map that aren't filled in, and I'm not going to spend my time going to fill in everything. Just because, like I said, I mean, I'm going to do it on my own. If you've seen me at least get through a part of the game, or at least seen everything you need to, I'm not going to spend my time on camera just going and exploring every nook and crevice of a room just to get a full map completion. Y'all can tell the parts I went through because they're shaded in blue. And for those of you watching, if you want to try getting the 100% run, just fill that map up completely blue. And there, I'll show secret passages. I'm gonna show everything else, but there are a few things that I'm just not gonna go through. Now the music stopped, so I'm just gonna predict that the screen's going to be messed up. Okay, actually, my screen is frozen. So I'm not sure what's going on, but we're actually just going to end the part early, and I will meet y'all outside after. So thank y'all for tuning in to my little rant, and I will see y'all in the next part.